Hey guys, this is Robert Curtis with Sharp & Go Mini and the Sharp & Go Micro. I'm gonna do a training and demonstration here on the Sharp & Go Micro, how to sharpen a pair of scissors. Now, I just got off the phone with a student of mine, a previous student of mine, and he was at the front end when I started developing this, and so he's been through the grinder and back with me, and actually he feels more comfortable a lot of times with the clamp-based system, which is fine, but he still has, as a backup when he has to go into malls and whatnot, is a Sharp & Go Mini, and this here is the Sharp & Go Micro. This is a little bag it's in. It doesn't take much space, and so I wanted to show you the different power sources. First off, first power source is the onboard battery power supply, BPS, battery power supply, right here. The second, you got a pigtail that you can plug it to a cigarette lighter in your car, power outlet, or you can plug it into a converter and plug it in the wall. So, anywho, let's get started. And I stick a lot of my stuff down inside there if I need to take the scissor apart or whatnot. Now, what I'm going to have to talk to you about is, a lot of people think that every time you do a scissor, you have to take it apart. That is not true. If that scissor is not filling, if it feels really strange, if it's skipping or something like that, then yeah. But a lot of times I will just go ahead and I'll put the Sharp & Go clip on there, and then get started. I set the angle after I establish the angle of the scissor. What is the angle there? A lot of times it's the wrong angle. So you can take a marker to it or whatever you're used to, or what I do, you can see the angle. You can take a magnifying glass, see the angle that's set there, and you might want to meet that or go a little deeper with it if you want a real sharp edge for slide cutting and whatnot. And then you can blend it to make it more convex, or you can just go ahead and meet the angle that's existing there if it's not too deep, and just go ahead and meet that. Plug that in. Okay, I set it here against the flat, against the Sharp & Go clip. Immediately I drop it down to the plate. If you're new, you can just check it again, drop it down, check it again, and make sure that that angle is true to the set. Check for burr. And a lot of people may take a magnifier and look to check so the burr comes up. You can feel it usually. Okay. Back to the other blade, same thing. Drop it down. Check it. Drop it down. Make sure that's the same angle, because you're going to use leather on it. You don't want to round that edge. You want to keep that angle. A lot of times people say, well, what if your paper clip moves? You'll know if it moves. If you got it up against there with the scissor, there is no moving. You'll know if that moves. You're not pushing on it. You're gently resting it against the clip. You're not pushing against the clip. You're resting against the clip, and then you do that. Okay, I got a burr on both sides. Now, why didn't I take it completely apart? You may ask, and do the inside right. It's not always necessary. A lot of times it is 0 degree. Maybe 5%, 1 out of 20 scissors really needs to be addressed in terms of the inside edge. Now, I'm going to address that inside edge right now in terms of removing the burr and buffing it up a little bit with the green rouge on the leather pad. Kick up the speed a little bit. Just go in there. Boom. just brings up the spine just slightly. Not much. I'm not applying a lot of pressure. I'm just doing it time on the side. Okay, that's not rounding the edge. It's kind of buffing. It's buffing it out. Now let's go. Okay, and that's smooth all the way down that edge because you just buffed it out. It's really shiny on the inside because you just buffed it out. Now let's bump up the volume, pick up some speed because you're going to buff it with leather on the outside edge. So that. Put a little time on that. Maybe about 5-10 seconds. Not a lot of time, but put some time on there. On the other side, check your angle. You want to meet the angle you sharpened it at. Look up a little more. Laying it down a little bit, going back and forth, and I'm going to convex a little bit. Pulling that edge a little bit there. There it is. Now. Okay. It's real sharp. Now, pops the hair right off. It's hair popping sharp. Now, well, what's the difference on, you take a wet Sanex and test that. And sometimes if it doesn't test right, then it is a 0 degree issue. And then, of course, you would take the scissor completely apart, work on a whetstone, 0 degree that edge on the outside, the ride line. You make sure that ride line is 0 degree. But that's only maybe 5% of the time, 1 out of 20 scissors, that you might need to do that. So that's my experience. And the main thing, there's two things, a lot of sharpeners, they'll address the edge, but they don't address the feel. I'm a hairstylist. That scissor has to feel right. And a lot of times, I've gotten complaints from hairdressers, well, yeah, it cuts, it's sharp, but it doesn't feel the same as it did before. And there's a lot of reasons for that. A lot of times sharpeners just go ahead and automatically take them apart, do that inside ride and all this other stuff, and throw brand new washers in there, or click plates or whatnot. And it changes the feel of the scissor because the washer that was in there is kind of seated down and married to the scissor in the feel of that scissor that stylist is used to. And that's one of the reasons why I don't mess with it unless it needs to be messed with. And if I do put a washer in there, I always put like chapstick on it and everything. I lubricate it, push it in, tighten it all the way down, and then I'll jiggle it a little bit, make sure that washer's seated, work it back and forth, and try to make it as close to the feel that it was when you got that scissor, or at least better. The choice is better. I like that glide. I like that thing really sharp, but I like it to feel good too. So it's not always about just the edge. It is about how it feels, how that scissor works in the hand of the hairdresser. So this here little machine will get you in and out. The little Sharp and Go clip is phenomenal. And a lot of times it's mentioned to me that, oh, well, that thing might slide. I says, well, if it slides, you know it. And you can put it right back where it was. But I have never had much of a problem with that because I'm not bearing down on it, on the scissor, pushing up against clip. You don't need to. So, all right. This is Robert Curtis just giving you a little hands-on. And, any of you guys that have purchased this, I haven't gotten any complaints yet, but if there's any questions or comments that you want to make or add to, just please leave them below, and I'll be excited about responding and seeing what your comments are. Y'all have a great day. Thank you. Bye.